What if I told you that you could see the future and prevent bad grades before they happen? What if I told you that you have the power to delete a bad grade and replace it with a better one? What if I told you that you could get a B plus instead of a C minus just by saying the right things to your instructor? Impossible? No. I've done it all, and now you can too. To see the future, simply use the What If score feature in your university's LMS. This feature allows you to enter a custom score on your future assignments and see how it will impact your grade. This is a great way to see exactly how much effort you need to put into the final exam, final project, and term paper for each class. It also helps you estimate how likely you are to recover from a grade that doesn't meet whichever standards you're being held to, and can help you decide whether or not you should withdraw from the class. And while you're here, take a look at the dashboard, where all your current course grades are listed on one screen. Anything below a D needs special attention, while anything above an A minus isn't worth any extra effort, because universities don't give A pluses. If any of your scores aren't listed, ask your instructor. Keeping an eye on your grades is very important, as it can help prevent any unpleasant surprises down the road. To improve your scores using only your words, ask about opportunities for extra credit. My school evaluated instructors based on student ratings of instruction. Not just how students rated the course, but how many students actually provided their feedback. Sometimes I'd email an instructor to remind them that student ratings of instruction would be opening up soon. I'd mention that other instructors offered a small incentive if students provided their feedback, making sure to list extra credit as an example. Believe it or not, this actually worked. In one case, it even made the difference between a B plus and an A minus. Don't be afraid to speak up. An awkward email now could save your GPA later. If you think a grade you've received is unfair, set up a meeting with your instructor to discuss it. Come prepared with specific and legitimate reasons why your score should be higher than the one you received. Acceptable reasons vary from school to school and class to class, so consult your university's student handbook for more details. If your instructor doesn't agree, which they often won't, you can actually appeal your grade. If you haven't already found it in the student handbook, find out what your university's grade appeals process looks like, and follow it all the way to the end if you have to. Even if the instructor's coworkers or direct supervisors are biased in his or her favor, the provost usually isn't. Many colleges will mention the possibility of your grade being lowered on appeal multiple times when documenting the appellate process, but I suspect that may just be a scare tactic because I've never seen that happen to anyone. Don't be afraid to appeal a grade just because you're afraid the appellate process won't work in your favor. I've never met someone who regretted trying, but I have met people who've regretted not trying. There's usually a strict deadline for appealing a grade, so make sure you do it before it's too late. Depending on where you go to school, your semester may have already started even though this series isn't quite over. That's okay. For most classes, the workload tends to be lightest toward the beginning of the semester. In fact, throughout my freshman and sophomore years, I didn't start to feel the workload ramp up until midterms, plus or minus 2 weeks. If you're on campus, go ahead and share this link with your new friends. Your roommates, your classmates, your teammates, your sorority sisters, your fraternity brothers, and even your neighbors in the dorm. It'll take them less than half an hour to get caught up, and trust me, they'll thank you later.